Welcome everyone to Side Draft, and welcome to our review of the Cup Series race from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And the word of the day is Harvicking, because Harvick's today.
Yeah, he found the Harvicking lane again and dominated in hot Atlanta. It was definitely hot in Atlanta.
Definitely so, especially after the race. We'll get into that a little bit later. But let's get into the Harvicking video. Chase Elliott was on the pole for a random draw, and Eric Almirola was on the outside pole, and it looked like maybe Chase was going to, continue that momentum that he's had past couple of weeks.
I guess Brad didn't win the lucky one again. He's been lucky on pulling the lucky first spot, but here Chase is started on the front row, and his first time he ever led it at Atlanta, and he ran away with it for a while.
And then he just kind of faded, and we never really heard from him again.
Yeah, I believe his car is going away because the tires here just they run good first few laps and then start just getting worse.
A couple drivers failed pre-race inspection. Most importantly, though, was Kurt Busch, who had to do a pass-through for failing like 3 times. So he went a lap down at the beginning, but
it's very tough. I mean, once you go a lap down that soon. I mean, I know you got a whole race to make it up, but he did very well trying to get his lap back.
And then, so yeah, he'd go lap down. Chase Elliott would lead all the way until the lap 26 competition caution, and Kurt Busch would get the free pass. So not a total loss. His day wasn't done at the start.
It was very good. He had a very fast car. I know a couple of cars went a lap down, and he kind of raced his way in front of that before the caution. Good job.
After that, Joey Logano would lead off pit road, and then which he was your pick to win.
Yeah, I thought it was looking good right here. He's up there leading. I thought he might go out there and run away with it, but it didn't happen.
And then William Byron would hit the wall. Some sort of tire issue. I think it went flat, and William Byron hasn't had the best of luck as of late.
They've had very few tire problems here lately. I don't know what's going on or what's happening, but he's got another tire problem.
Even costed his teammate a win at Charlotte for the Coke 600, and so got to figure that out, because Hendrick didn't really show up today. I don't know if this is just because Atlanta, a different racetrack from all the other tracks there is, so hopefully it's just an Atlanta thing.
Especially Bowman, he was a favorite coming in to Atlanta, but really didn't hear much from him today either.
And then after that, Harvick would catch Logano for the lead, just blow right by him, and he would lead all the way until the pit stops with 40 to go. And then Brad Keselowski would have a speeding penalty, and so that's something we've talked about in our past race reviews this weekend, is the speeding.
Yeah, definitely so. Something about Atlanta, the pit road speeds, they've been having a lot of drivers this weekend for speeding on pit road, and not as many today as it was like yesterday.
Yeah, I think we only had quite a few, but like the Truck Series, everybody had one. So
yeah.
But anyway, then Harvick would lead after the pit stops, but Martin Truex Jr. He would pit 2 laps later. We thought maybe that would cost him the stage win, but later in the race, he would, with those fresher tires towards the end, he just went right on by Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, I look like Truex really had the car to beat today. He's very fast. He caught Harvick. I mean, he's back in form like the mile and a half, but somehow just can't close the deals on these races. And yeah, I mean, I believe his car really fit the really hot, slick track, and he looked very good.
Yeah, it made it sort of interesting with how the track changed. At the beginning it was, kind of cool out there. Then it warmed up, and then towards the end it cooled down again, and that allowed Harvick his car just came alive.
Yep, I mean, Harvick liked a little cooler temperatures, and Truex liked the hotter temperatures.
And then would have a caution towards the end of the stage with the 38 of John Hunter Nemechek. He had a good run the past couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden he's just had some bad runs.
Yeah, it's got loose, I guess, and just kind of lost it.
And then, so that would be a restart, but Martin Truex Jr. would go on to win stage 1, and it's his first stage win of 2020.
That's unusual. I mean, usually he's the king of stage wins, but yeah, finally just get his first one here.
Yeah, normally we're so used to hearing for the 5,000th time this season, stage winner, MTJ, but now it's the first time.
Yeah, it looks like Joe Gibbs Racing is finally catching up a little bit and showing their muscles, and just can't get the finish.
And then stage 2, Clint Boyer would lead off pit road, and then would see his car just take off and no one could catch him up until he had a tire issue.
Yeah, he about ran the wheels off that car, and he was definitely fast. I bet he was very excited leading the race. But I bet he didn't really like the tire going down, but he would pit a little early, and it did show some tire wear and the cord showing, and it's a good job he come on in.
Yeah, some unusual tire wear. That looked a lot different than they normally do.
Yeah.
So he would have to play the game of this pit strategy and hope he can actually stay in the top 10 before the stage, and even if he can make it to the end of the stage. But luckily for him, there was a caution with some front row motorsports cars.
Yeah, very lucky for Clint Boyer that the caution come out, because once he come into the pits and took the tires off, ain't no way he could have made it to the end of the stage.
Yeah, so 9 to go in the stage. 9 laps. To go, that's still, you think that'd be a short run there, but actually in Atlanta that is so long, with especially with old tires.
It takes forever to run laps here.
Caution with 9 to go, very good for Boyer, but not good for Michael McDowell and John Hunter Nemechek. It looked like they made contact, but I don't think so. I think maybe John Hunter just took the air off of Michael McDowell and sent his teammate around.
It's kind of close there, couldn't tell.
Then Kyle Busch will lead off pit road, but it still wouldn't hold off Martin Truex Jr. He just had the best car of the race at this point, at least, and just blow right by Kyle Busch. And also that's maybe because Kyle Busch just didn't get a good start there.
Maybe so.
I thought maybe the outside just wouldn't go, but that time it did.
Yeah, Truex, I definitely say he had the best car at this point in the race. I don't think anybody had anything for him.
Yeah, because at this point Harvick was, I don't want to say struggling, but when Harvick's just 5th in a race at a place where he just dominated so many times, you start to get concerned.
Yeah, I believe they just went a wrong way on adjustment. I believe he didn't like the adjustment they made his car a little bit too tight or something, and I think it went the wrong way. So he's trying to get the handle on his car.
And then Eric Jones would have an issue. He was slowing on the front stretch with some contact with, I guess you could say, teammate 95 of Christopher Bell. And
yeah, it's going, what, 4 wide? 3 to 4 wide?
Somewhere in there.
I mean, I know Atlanta's pretty wide, but you don't need to do that in turns. As slick as Atlanta is, it's very tough going 3 or 4 wide.
Eric Jones, he was having such a good run. Top 10 almost all day. Unfortunate end, well, not an end to his day, but unfortunate that he couldn't continue that.
Yeah, Lee went like a lap down for that.
Then Martin Truex Jr. would go on to win stage 2. So 2 stage wins for him.
Yeah, all season he hadn't had a stage win. Here he goes, back-to-back stage wins.
And it seems like that was a theme this week, was one guy would win 2 stages, but they wouldn't win the race. It happened in the trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. So something about Atlanta, just whoever dominates.
Something was trending in Atlanta here.
Yeah, so for the stage winners, that's unfortunate.
Well,
Keep saying unfortunate, unfortunately. Maybe you don't want to win a stage at Atlanta. Maybe you just
maybe
want to.
not. That's all important stage to win is the final stage.
So if you're dominating Atlanta, just hold the brake, let somebody else win. Then stage 3, I thought maybe it would start ramping up here, and it did for the first restart. Kyle Busch, he would lead off pit road again, and then Kevin Harvick, out of nowhere, he struggled.
They I guess hit the right adjustment at the right time. The car just kind of took off here. I thought Truex may running back down, but it seemed like their cars were about even. One lap, one be faster, and another it'll be faster. So it's just kind of hard to tell who had the best car at that point.
Yeah, then Harvick just went Harvicking, just
yeah, he was Harvicking around for stage 3.
and then not much other news really happened other than Eric Jones' speeding penalty when he went through his green flag pit stop. So, man, that sucks.
Yep, when you having trouble and then you go speed on pit road, it adds to your troubles and it makes it for a very long day, even when it's a very long day anyway.
Yeah, and man, it was a long race. It was almost, like you said before, very similar to the 600 with the heat and the length of the race. But Clint Boyer would have a flat tire with 14 to go. That's kind of.
And luckily, he didn't stay out like a lot of drivers will do and spin around. But he got to pit road, no caution, which is like, that's great because Harvick is leading right now and he's got a good lead, and yeah, we didn't want to see any more cautions.
Yeah, but even as a Harvick fan, stage 3 was really tough to watch, and in my honest opinion.
Let's get these laps over with and get this race done.
Just go ahead and end it here. Nothing's going to happen. Just end it, please. But yeah, it was a grueling and long stage 3, but eventually Harvick would win by Harvicking.
And he had corn on his car, so he was plowing through the field, plowing through the lap cars any way he needed to go. So, yeah.
Yeah, just had a field day out there. Was that bad? That was bad.
Not bad.
Oh, okay. Finally, one of my jokes ain't too bad.
It's a little corny, but.
But Harvick and Truex, they pretty much had the field beat, and then Harvick just went beast mode. And
yeah, this is one of Harvick's favorite track. This is where he got his very first win in the Cup Series after taking over for Dale Earnhardt Sr. And it was very nice to do the tribute for Earnhardt Sr. I know there wasn't no fans there, but they had the 3 fingers out the window going on the track, and that's pretty awesome.
And I think this was his 3rd win at Atlanta too, so that kind of makes it more special.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for some of the drivers after the race, I mean every driver out there looked pretty, rough out there.
Yeah, you can tell even Harvick was like he was about wore out too, and Bubba, I believe he about passed out. I don't know if he got up too fast or what it was. Like he's just really having trouble, struggling after the race, and I believe they had to take him to the infield care center, and I hope he's okay.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. Really rough interview too. I think they probably shouldn't have interviewed him.
They probably shouldn't have. They should just let the medical people come and look at him and make sure he's all okay before they interviewed him. A lot of drivers like this about dehydrated. It's very hot out there. I can only imagine what it's like in the car for that long. And man, it's just once you take the helmet off and that cool air hits you, I know it's like being in a hot environment and that cool air hits you all of a sudden. It really takes your breath and puts you in shock.
Yeah, so hopefully everyone is okay. I know a couple of drivers needed medical attention, so that brings the question, should this race be this long in the future? I know next season we're hopefully not going to have any virus or anything that takes NASCAR off the schedule for 2 months. So
yeah, I believe they were supposed to run this race 2 months ago when it was a little cooler, and now it's so hot. I don't know. I mean, it's very tough when you hit the track and it's that hot, and it's just rough one.
But yeah, a long race at Atlanta, so hopefully we won't have to run this race in the summer or really hot spring next year. So hopefully it won't be that much of an issue in the next couple of seasons.
Maybe just try to keep the drivers hydrated as best they can, and maybe get some better cooling in the car.
But in the event that this happens again and we have to run Atlanta in the summer months, that maybe they'll shorten it, because I mean that was just really hard to watch these drivers just kind of drop like flies out there. Yeah,
because once they're in the car and they're at work, it don't bother them. They just kind of phase it out. But once it really hits them is when they kind of stop the car and get out, and they're like, "Whoa, I just went a little too far." So hope all the drivers just stay safe.
And so before we go, I want to give a big shout out to Brad Anderson for supporting us on Patreon. And congratulations again to Kevin Harvick for Harvicking at Atlanta.
And the special deal with our picks is like not 8, 9, and 10.
7, 8, or
8,
9, 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was the last cars on the lead lap. That's how
this was on the lead lap. We're still there, but we just went that close.
we made the mistake of not picking Kevin Harvick for this race. Because normally when I pick him, I jinx him and he doesn't win.
That's why I didn't pick him either. I want to pick Harvick, but I went with Logano, and well, we're still forward.
Yeah, so he was close in the Ford family. I picked the Chevrolet, so I wasn't too close to victory, but
You was the highest running ones of us.
thank you all so much for watching this video. This playlist right here is a list of all of our uploads of before we get to our fast picks for Martinsville. That'll be some videos that you can watch in the meantime. Subscribe for more if you want to see more videos like this, and we'll see you next time on Side Draft.